Okay, this is a video on how to refill the PMID device. First thing you do after it's all hooked up and connected is to turn on the gauge if it's off, and it shuts itself off after a certain period of time. So if it's off, you need to press this button to turn it back on, and check that it's reading PSI, because that's what you want to be using. Is 700 PSI is what you're going for. And if you need to change that, you just simply press this, and each time you press it, it changes from PSI to bar and so forth. So make sure it's on PSI, make sure it's on 0. If it needs to reset to 0, you press here to reset 0. Okay, check that the bleed valve is this direction, which is off. And now you refill by turning this valve, and you want to take about 30 seconds to 60 seconds to fill it. And you just turn this valve ever so slightly, and you can see that it's already reading close to 100, 200 pounds now. And you just let it go nice and slow like that. Between 30 seconds and 60 seconds is a good rate of time. Otherwise, there's a heating effect and a cooling effect, which makes the numbers bounce around. So it's better to get used to filling it a little bit slower. So now we're 400, and if you're in doubt, if you opened it too much, you can always shut it off, and you can see that it stopped, the number stopped rising, and then open it again. Because if you get too much gas in, then you get to bleed it down, you waste gas. So we're getting close to, there it is, about 700, but you see it immediately bounce back down because the gas starts to cool back down after first compressing. So I'm going to go back above 700 and let it sit there for a few seconds. So now it's 725, and it's going to wind up this will wind up coming down to almost 700 after a few seconds. And remember, plus or minus 1% is 70 psi. So anywhere from 770 to 630 is plus or minus 1% accuracy, which is plenty accurate as far as your dose. So you see this is 705 and 704, and it'll continue to drop a little bit more. So to get 700, you actually need to put in about maybe 715, 720, and then wait a few seconds. Okay, so at this point I would say we're done. It's stabilized, it's not moving, and our valve is off, and now we simply dump the excess air out of this check valve here. Okay, and then we can disconnect it.